Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards reveals where she stands with Bozoma St. John after season 14 drama. RAOBA's Kyle Richards gave a look at where she stands with Boz St. John as she embarks on a new career chapter. Kyle Richards is so excited for Bozoma Boz St. John's latest career venture. Although the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills moms experienced some differences in season 14, Kyle is showing Boz all of her support as she enters a new chapter in her life. Boz is teaming up with Jimmy Fallon for a new NBC series, On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, which premieres on September 30. She will be serving as the chief marketing officer on the show, which will see agency creatives working as they come up with solutions for very real companies. Boz, a former CMO of Netflix and CPO of Uber, will serve as a mentor for the creatives. Kyle is very excited about this new step. The mom of four took to her Instagram story on September 18, where she snapped a photo of Boz and Jimmy on a billboard advertising the show in the middle of Los Angeles, and tagged her in the post. Omichi, Boz St. John. Kyle wrote over the photo, along with 4 clapping emojis. Kyle took to Amazon Live in April, where she admitted that things are going great between her and the Boz. While things got a little heated between them during the RHOBH season 14 reunion, more on that down below, which was filmed in February, they were singing a different tune 2 months later. She's been great, texting me, it's great, Kyle noted of her friendship with Boz. During her debut season of RHOBH, Boz grew very close to Dorit Kemsley, who had been feuding with Kyle throughout the season. Dorit was in the process of a divorce from her ex-husband, Paul P.K. Kemsley, during the season and had been upset that Kyle was texting him. Things came to a head at the RHOBH season 14 reunion, when Boz accused Kyle of lying about the PK texts. But Kyle fired back at Boz, saying that she has never been accused of being a liar. You said you were texting jokes and memes, and then it was discovered you said something else, Boz told Kyle. In the conversations that I was a part of, you said it was just jokes and memes, and then it later came out that there was more than that, Boz added. So, from my perspective, which is all I was talking about, there was an omission. Omission equals lies. For over a decade, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has thrived on its ability to turn friendships, feuds, and high society soirees into must-see television. The show's 14th season was no exception, and if there was one relationship that had fans buzzing week after week, it was the surprising clash and eventual reconciliation between longtime star Kyle Richards and powerhouse newcomer Bozoma St. John. The pairing seemed unlikely from the start. Kyle, the last remaining original cast member, is Beverly Hills royalty when it comes to Bravo history. She has navigated the peaks and pitfalls of fame with a polished charm, a sharp tongue, and the ability to throw shade without ever raising her voice. Bozoma, meanwhile, entered the franchise not just as another housewife, but as a globally recognized marketing executive, author, and motivational speaker. Fans expected glamour, power, and sophistication from her, but what they didn't anticipate was the fiery chemistry and occasional friction between her and Kyle. The spark of drama. It all began during a lavish dinner party in season 14's early episodes. The women gathered around a candlelit table in Malibu, where tequila flowed, grievances surfaced, and old wounds were poked open like never before. While most of the tension that night centered around Sutton Stracke and Dorit Kemsley's ongoing rivalry, the spotlight shifted dramatically when Bozoma openly challenged Kyle about her distance from the group. "You're holding back," Bozoma told her, eyes locked on Kyle. "And when you hold back, it feels like you're not being real with us. That doesn't work for me." The remark hit a nerve. Kyle, already balancing personal struggles with her marriage to Mauricio Umansky, bristled at the insinuation that she was hiding something. What started as a sharp exchange of words soon spiraled into a season-long arc about honesty, vulnerability, and the fragile ecosystem of Beverly Hills friendships. Fans take sides. Social media exploded. Team Kyle fans argued that the original star had earned the right to keep some aspects of her life private. Team Bozoma supporters praised the newcomer for refusing to let anyone skate by with surface-level answers. The debate grew so fierce that Kyle versus Bozoma trended multiple times on X, formerly Twitter, with Bravo fans dissecting every scene like courtroom evidence. When it comes to the Real Housewives franchise, friendships are made, broken, and sometimes resurrected in ways no one could predict. Season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills gave fans plenty of glamour, shade, and unforgettable confrontations. But one storyline that stuck out like a diamond in a tire was the roller coaster relationship between Kyle Richards and newcomer Bozoma St. John. Bozoma, the powerhouse marketing executive and motivational speaker known for her fierce style and unapologetic presence, entered the cast like a storm. Almost immediately, her bold opinions clashed with the dynamics of the Beverly Hills veterans, particularly Kyle, who has long held the unofficial role of peacemaker and sometimes pot stirrer in the group. By the season's midpoint, viewers had seen it all: tearful dinner parties, accusations of disloyalty, whispered alliances, and a fiery showdown in Aspen that left Kyle and Bozoma's friendship dangling by a thread. Fans were left wondering if the two women could ever rebuild after such a dramatic fall. Now, with the season wrapped and the reunion still echoing in the minds of Bravo watchers, Kyle Richards is breaking her silence on where she and Bozoma truly stand today. A rocky beginning. In an exclusive interview following the finale, Kyle admitted that her first impressions of Bozoma were complicated. "I'll be honest, I didn't know what to make of her at first," Kyle shared. "She's so strong, she's accomplished so much, and she has this way of walking into a room and owning it. For me, that was a little intimidating. I think some of my reactions came from not knowing how to connect with her right away." Bozoma's fiery independence and blunt honesty, while admired by fans, sometimes rubbed the other housewives the wrong way. Viewers saw her call out behavior she deemed fake, and she wasn't afraid to press Kyle on her tendency to stay neutral in conflicts. She kept saying, "Pick a side, Kyle," Richards recalled with a laugh. "And I kept telling her, that's not who I am. But Bozoma doesn't do well with fence-sitters, and I respect that about her." The Aspen blow-up. The season's most iconic moment, and the one fans are still replaying online, was the Aspen trip, where tensions between Kyle and Bozoma reached a boiling point. What started as a group dinner spiraled into a confrontation about loyalty, friendships, and authenticity. Bozoma accused Kyle of smiling to everyone's face, but never standing in her truth, while Kyle fired back that Bozoma barely knew the group well enough to judge. "That night was intense," Kyle admitted. "We were both hurt, and the cameras caught every second of it. Aspen has always been my happy place, but that night felt like anything but." After the cameras stopped. So where do things stand now? Surprisingly, according to Kyle, much better than fans might think. "Bozoma and I have talked a lot since filming ended," Kyle revealed. "We both realized that our conflict came from a place of misunderstanding, not malice. She challenges me, and that can be uncomfortable. But I also think it's necessary. She's made me reflect on how I handle conflict, and that's growth for me." Kyle said that she and Bozoma even spent time together off-camera, something viewers haven't yet seen. "We've had dinners, we've texted late at night, and she's even given me advice on my businesses. She has such a sharp mind, and I appreciate her perspective. I wouldn't say we're best friends yet, but there's mutual respect." Bozoma's side of the story. For her part, Bozoma has echoed similar sentiments in her own interviews. She admitted that while her approach to Kyle was direct, it wasn't meant to tear her down. "I hold the people around me to a high standard," Bozoma explained. Kyle is the OG of Beverly Hills. She's been holding this group together for years, but sometimes I felt she avoided speaking her truth to keep the peace. I wanted her to see that being real is more powerful than being agreeable. Bozoma confirmed that the two women are in a better place now, saying, "We've laughed about how dramatic Aspen was. I think we've turned a corner. I admire Kyle for being open to growth." Fans' reactions. The Housewives fandom has been divided on the Kyle-Bozoma feud. Some viewers applauded Bozoma for shaking up the cast and holding Kyle accountable, while others felt she came in too strong and didn't respect the group's history. Kyle needed someone to call her out. Bozoma did what the others were too scared to do, one fan wrote on Twitter. Another countered. Bozoma came in swinging too hard. Kyle was right. You can't come into this group and demand loyalty right away. Kyle admitted that watching fan reactions has been both entertaining and humbling. "I've been on this show long enough to know you can't please everyone," she said. "But I do hope people see that I'm willing to listen and learn."